if he feels left out.
No, I don't feel left out, but it's just curious. It was happening before.
Many people just walk away, yeah.
Without non-intentionally,
Makes sense. But what's the
But by the way-
guarantee that my points is going
But
to
Ali, trust me, when you watch this video,
I'm not sure.
no, I'll give you the name of the YouTube channels if you want.
I don't.
But hold on. When you watch the video, and if you feel discriminated, that means we are trying to subvert your audio or something, then you can say, yes, we are being unfair. But if you watch on our channels, the videos, sometimes because of technicality, it happens, even to my voice, not just the person I'm speaking to.
Okay.
And like the brother explained to you, that many times what happens is that when we put the microphone on the other person, they, because not deliberately, but sometimes they just walk away, and the person who's recording might be away from the camera and he doesn't realize. So I walk away, the person I'm speaking to walks away, and the cameraman is not there. So, and many times it has happened, isn't it?
It makes sense.
Okay, so nothing to discriminate you, okay?
Okay.
Trust me. And if it happens, you can.
I've got your word.
Yes, inshallah. So what I'm saying is that, as a person, sorry, I don't know if you're agnostic or atheist.
I'm an atheist.
You're an atheist, so you don't believe God exists at all. There's no possibility at all.
No, that's not atheism. That's not what atheism is.
Okay.
Atheism is.
You deny
My
it.
atheism is. I don't believe there's enough evidence to believe there is a God.
Okay.
Does
But
that
you
make sense?
think there is a possibility that God can exist?
There's possibility for anything, of course.
Yeah, that sounds like agnostic to me. But anyway,
No, I deny his existence based on there is no evidence for his existence.
yeah, that's what the agnostics say as well. They say that until we see evidence, we remain undecided.
Yeah, but I think because there is no evidence,
Yeah,
I don't think there is a God.
That's exactly what they say. They're agnostic. But anyway,
They're still open.
doesn't matter. Atheist, agnostic, you don't believe in God until you see evidence. Okay, so the question I would ask you is that, do you believe that the universe has a beginning? Did it come from
Yes.
somewhere?
Yeah, it does
Somewhere?
have a beginning.
Okay. How do you think it began?
Began with the Big Bang, most possible, probably. Yeah.
And before the Big Bang?
Before the Big Bang, it's beyond us because that's the furthest we can access.
Actually, the singularity is the furthest.
Singularity is a theory,
No, it's not.
hypothesis.
So
There
it's,
is mathematical explanation for it, but there is no evidence as there is for Big Bang. Because
Okay.
Big Bang, we can see it happening. We can see things expanding. We can see the shooting that's happened from that one point.
that shows us that,
How Higgs boson and everything extracted from one
yeah.
point, right?
So they can.
So we can see Big Bang happening. We
You
can see it
cannot
out
really see the Big Bang,
We
but you
can
can
see-
postulate that it happened
No.
based on the scientific experiments that done,
No,
based
we
on
can
the.
actually see if you have.
Have
a
you seen Big
powerful-
Bang happen?
No, I can't because I don't have the access to that powerful telescope that sees so far beyond.
Oh, you think the Higgs
light.
boson is for the
No,
Big Bang?
No, Higgs
Then-
boson has nothing to do with telescopes. Higgs
So-
boson is an
So
accident.
which telescope saw Big Bang?
I'm saying the remnants of the Big Bang can be seen in.
That's
the
what I'm
sky.
telling you. So they can postulate based on that.
Yes.
No one can see the Big Bang because it's so way back in the past.
Yes.
But that's what I'm telling you. You can't see it because you were arguing you can see it.
The after effects of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So based on that, they can postulate.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so because you're saying it began to exist, yes? Do you think there is a cause? And is this cause something or nothing? And if it is something, what is it?
Cause. I don't believe there's a cause.
So if there is no
that would-
cause, everything that began to exist has a cause.
Has
Do you-
a potential.
what does that mean?
Potential. So whatever it was before had the potential that with any accident. Well, accident is also because there is no time before that.
No, I'm not telling you how it happened.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, is there a cause? And you're saying, I don't understand what you mean by potential.
What do you mean by cause? Because when
cause
you
means-
say cause, you imply something. with
Yes,
it.
I'll
What's
tell you
your
what cause.
implication?
So cause and effect are principles that philosophers and even scientists use.
Okay.
So for example, if I wanted to have tea, yes, I would actually need to boil water. Yes.
Okay.
How does the water boil? By fire or electric. Yes. So the fire or electric, the energy is the source, and that is actually the cause. Okay? So without this cause, you won't have boiling water.
Yes.
So the boiling water is the effect, the cause is the fire or the electric. Is that simple? Because the universe existed, sorry, it began to exist, which is the effect. I'm asking what is the cause?
We don't know.
But there must be a cause, right?
Not necessarily. So,
It cannot exist by itself.
yeah, the potential. There was potential for this universe to exist.
How?
How? Because it happened before the existence of universe. How is just postulation, as you said.
No, I'm asking you the cause. There must be a cause for everything that begins to exist.
Yes.
Just like,
Now you're asking me to be certain of something that existed before time. I cannot be certain of something.
no, all I'm asking you is that, is there a cause or not?
Any cause.
There has to be a
I'm
cause
saying
because
there's
it,
potential. Yes.
oh my God, I don't know what you mean by potential.
Because-
What I'm saying is that if the universe began to exist,
Yes.
it must have a cause. This is the principle of the Kalam cosmological
I
argument.
know William Lane Craig's argument.
This is not William Lane Craig's argument.
Kalam, he named a Kalam cosmological.
Yeah, but there are philosophers before, yeah? Imam Ghazali used it. And William Lane Craig, he just basically fine-tuned it.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's not
he
his
named
argument.
it. When you say Kalam cosmological argument.
Yeah, the terminology.
Yeah, that's William Lane
Yeah,
Craig.
but it's not his argument. Like I said, Imam Ghazali used it, and there are other philosophers who used it.
So what's your point about the
My
cause?
point is
because
about-
you're not making it clear.
No,
what
I'm
you
making
want.
it quite clear. I'm saying just like for boiling water,
But that's just innate because you cannot.
that's an analogy I gave you.
Yeah, but this analogy doesn't work because
It does.
boiling water and the existence of the universe
No,
aren't
it's,
equal.
you asked me what is cause and effect. I used the analogy to explain to you what is cause and effect. It looks like you didn't know what was cause and effect. I
just
hope it's
wanna
clear now.
No, because you're implying something in between the lines, which I'm not.
What am I
sure of.
implying? I didn't say anything.
That's why. Okay, let's.
In
say
fact,
this.
I haven't used the term God, if that's what you're worried about. I haven't used the term.
You cannot right now. That's why.
I
It's
can
not to
actually
do
if I
with
wanted
me.
to.
No, you really can't.
I can if I wanted to. I said
How
God.
can
I
you?
said God created. God is a cause. I could have said that, but I didn't say it.
You see, that's just intellectually inferior argument.
What do you mean intellectually inferior argument?
You just say that happened.
No, you
God
said
did
I
it.
cannot make that argument.
That because I don't believe you to be.
I don't
to be
expect you to
using
believe,
that
but all
argument.
that's the reason I'm asking. If you do not believe even in the principle of cause and effect,
Okay,
then
but-
I don't think you're even using logic.
Let's say, okay, cause.
No, not say. I want,
because I want to see where you're going with
my
it.
friend. All I want to know is, do you understand cause and effect or not?
No, I don't know what that is.
Okay, so if you don't even know the basics of such logic, then how will you be able to understand God
But
or
God,
questioning God?
I want to see your point now. Let's move
My
forward
point
with
my
your
point is very simple. Look, logically, in order for something to come into existence,
Yeah.
yes, you need a cause.
Okay.
Yes, because something doesn't just pop out of nothing. This is a principle. I hope at least you believe in that principle, or you at least acknowledge that principle. Okay? Do you believe nothing exists?
We don't know. We have no deal with nothing.
Do you know what nothing is?
We have no dealings with nothing. It's
No, I'm
unknown.
asking you. Do you know what is
I'm
nothing?
saying we have no dealings with
I'm not
nothing.
asking if you have dealings. I'm asking, do you know the term
We-
nothing? What it means?
What does that? I'm saying we cannot quantify it. It's nothing. What difference does it make?
It makes a huge difference.
Why?
I'll tell you why.
Why?
If nothing exists or not, that is the first thing you need to at least understand in order for it to say that I can quantify or not quantify.
What?
You need to at least understand what is nothing.
Quantify what?
Nothing.
I'm saying we've had no dealings with nothing
How do you know that?
because we've never come across nothing.
Zero is nothing. Have you ever written zero in your books?
Yes.
So you have dealt with nothing.
No, nothing in existence. Again, maths is abstract. Again,
Yeah.
same thing.
That's the question I'm asking you.
No, you're going in circles
No,
again.
I think you don't understand nothing. So let me explain, and you agree or disagree with me based on that.
go for it.
Nothing means, in simple terms, nothing means the absence of everything. In other words, nothing doesn't even exist for you to have a dealing with.
That's what I said.
So does it exist or not?
We don't know.
There he goes again. I don't think you understand
We've had
nothing.
no dealings with nothing.
My friend, if it doesn't exist, how will you have dealing with it?
No, as we know, it doesn't exist now.
Thank you, finally.
Okay, because we have no dealings.
Okay, so
with
if something doesn't exist,
Yeah.
can it bring into existence something that exists?
it. We don't know that.
My friend, if something doesn't exist at all, can it bring about something?
Again, we don't know what nothing is. How
You
can
just
I
said
give
it
it
does-
a characteristic?
You just agreed it doesn't exist.
But because we don't have any dealings with it. Now
How-
it's something that doesn't exist. You're asking me to give it a characteristic.
My friend Ali,
Do you not
if
see how
something
this
doesn't exist, how can you have dealing with it? Everybody
So
understands
why are
nothing.
you asking me a question about it?
because
that we
because
don't know
you
anything about?
because you're saying that we don't have dealing with it.
Yes.
It implies that in your subconscious you're thinking it might have existed.
Or we haven't seen it. Maybe it does.
Oh my God, this is embarrassing, honestly.
What do you mean?
You're saying maybe nothing exists.
No, my problem is with certainty. You are so certain.
I am certain it doesn't exist. In fact, I'm 100% certain it doesn't exist.
How?
Because nothing is nothing.
What do you mean?
Nothing doesn't exist. It's the absence of everything.
Even in the absence of everything, I have no idea what the point you're
Except
trying
because
to make.
you're trying to say that it is there is a possibility, correct me if I'm wrong, or if I misunderstood you, you are saying there's a possibility nothing can exist. Am I right?
I'm saying as we know it now, we don't know of any place or anything that's nothing.
And nothing, if you come across nothing, will you recognize it?
I don't know. Really. It's really pointless argument.
No, it's not pointless.
It's completely
No, it's not.
completely
The
is.
people who are watching this,
Yeah.
they will understand the conversation here has now been reduced to something which is not reduced to nothing, I would say. It's reduced to understanding, your misunderstanding of the term nothing.
Maybe that's a possibility.
Okay, do you at least
I'm
agree-
okay with my shortcomings.
No,
I
no,
have
it's not
no
your shortcoming.
problems with it.
It's illogical to say that if something, if the absence of everything, hear me out, hear me
My
out.
problem is you want me to be certain of things that there is no evidence or there's no point for.
There's no possibility, that's what I'm telling you.
But I cannot be certain. I have.
Do you
no
know any,
certainty
have you,
on anything?
okay, let me ask you, have you come across any credible scientist who said that there is a possibility for
Again,
nothing? Yep. Ali,
scientists-
can I at least finish my sentence? Have you come across any philosopher, scientist, or even a wise man, or professor or teacher, intelligent person who has ever told you that there is a possibility for nothing to exist?
That doesn't mean if the whole human race right now doesn't know, I don't care how big of the scientist is. I'm not gonna be certain. They know my prophets. I'm not gonna follow anybody blindly. I am not a certain person, and you cannot make.
That only means that you don't know the meaning of nothing.
Again, I am. Why do you want me to be certain about
Okay,
things?
you know why? In order for us to communicate, we need to understand certain terms that we use.
No.
For example, if I said that, just a minute. If I told you there is a possibility for a married bachelor to exist.
Again,
Hear me out, hear me out. Is that a possibility for a married bachelor to exist?
no,
Why no? You said you cannot be certain.
because these terms are contradictory.
Thank you. So is nothing and something.
But we have dealings with both of these. Why
Both
don't
of
you
which?
see that?
Where did you deal?
Bachelorhood and married men.
No, no.
We have dealings with
No,
both
no, no.
of
But
them.
have you dealt with a married bachelor?
No, because we
Because?
have dealings with married, we have dealings with bachelors, and we know if one person is married, he's no bachelor. If he's bachelor, he's no married.
Thank you.
Okay?
Because it's a contradictory
But
term.
we have no dealings
Okay.
with nothing
Do you?
itself.
I told you, you had zero. Zero is nothing.
Again, it's a concept. We are concerned of affinity.
That's what I've been telling you. Nothing is a concept.
No,
Thank you.
It can be an actual place. That's what I'm trying to say.
Nothing can be an actual place.
Well, in actual existence anywhere.
Oh my God. I think this
We
is
don't
getting
see
ridiculous
it.
now.
No, because you want me to be certain.
You were saying about a married bachelor.
Because we've had dealing with the both sides.
I had dealing
Why
with
don't you
nothing
see
as a
that?
zero. I've told you. And you too
Again,
had it. But you're not acknowledging
you
it. That's
can
all.
deny his existence now.
Deny what?
Like there is forever the humanity exists on this planet, and however we advance in technology, in
You will
science
never
and
get
everything,
nothing. Trust me.
You'll
You will
never-
never get nothing.
What gives you the authority
Based
to say
on the
that?
definition of nothing.
What do you mean?
Do you know the definition of nothing?
The absence of everything.
Okay.
Okay.
What is that? Just think about it for a minute. Absence of everything. Anything that you can conceptualize, anything that you can see, anything you can observe,
Yes.
absence of everything.
Yes, but that's our
Will you wait a minute?
concept. The universe,
How-
the universe
Yeah.
in its whole vast existence is not dependent on our mentality. What we
I didn't say it
create
was.
from it. Concept of nothing we created. Maybe there is something in the universe that's there, but we don't know.
That will be something. Thank you.
Again,
When you see, wait. I think you don't realize what you're saying.
The whole point is
Yes.
you want to. I've said.
I'm 100% sure nothing doesn't exist.
You are good for you.
But if
good
you-
for you, and I'm not
Okay.
saying you're wrong to do
Wait.
that.
Ali,
I'm
I
saying
think-
I'm not that person.
If I understand you correctly,
No, Hashim, do you see that? I'm saying as we know now,
now,
as we know
future,
now,
nothing will never exist. Trust
okay,
me.
I'm not a certain person. Good for you.
You're not a certain
You are.
person?
I don't believe in certainty.
So you don't believe in any reality.
Certainty.
Reality. That's what I'm telling you. If you believe in a reality, means you're certain that it exists.
Again, where are we confused?
Yeah.
If I start answering this, it's gonna
No,
get too
Ali,
long
Ali,
again.
listen. When you're saying it's in future, when you start to know more things,
Yes.
you will know nothing. But wait.
Maybe.
Wait a minute.
Again, I'm
listen,
not-
Ali, wait a minute. Hear me out at least.
No,
The point I'm
tired
making.
of
At least
can
hear
we
me
not
out.
agree? We're two different people.
No.
You
At
can
least
believe
hear
in
me out.
certainty.
Last
I
minute,
know.
and then we stop here. Last minute. You're saying in future, there's a possibility we'll know nothing.
Maybe.
Okay. In order for you to know something, what criteria do you use?
It's unknown again.
No.
Again.
I'm saying I'm using a different perspective now. It's not
No,
the same
you-
thing.
no.
You're saying that in
I'm
future.
saying, can we move forward from this?
Yeah, we can if you understand the term nothing. Looks like you don't understand it. I'm saying in the future.
I've given you, as we know now, it does not exist. I've given you that.
In the future, when human beings come to know nothing,
Maybe. I'm not saying
at
they
least
will.
let me finish the sentence. In future, if human beings come to know nothing, yes, how will they know that is nothing?
I don't know.
Okay, so it looks like.
You want me to be certain about something that I cannot.
Are you certain about anything in your life?
I try
100%.
not to be.
100%.
I try not to be.
Okay, are you certain that you have consciousness?
Interesting. Yes.
Why?
Almost.
Why? Have you ever seen consciousness?
No.
So how do you know you're certain?
It's a concept that I choose to believe in.
No, but how are you certain?
Certain, as in 100%.
Yes.
You can change my mind on it.
No, I'm not changing your mind. I'm asking you
Again, I've answered.
based
the
on your own
As I know
faculties.
it now. Yes.
You're certain? Okay, based on what? Give me evidence that you have consciousness. Empirical evidence.
There is no empirical evidence.
Okay, so you can have something. At least, do you know if it's material or immaterial?
Most probably immaterial, but there is still postulation on it. So, most probably immaterial.
Immaterial. Okay. Do you believe in immaterial things?
Yeah.
You do? Wow. That's the first time I've come across an atheist who actually believes in immaterial things. Actually, no, that's wrong. There are people who call themselves atheists, like Buddhists, who don't believe in God, but they believe in spirituality and so on. So, strike that. Anyway, but you're not that kind of Buddhist, are you? You're not Buddhist.
No.
Okay. So, it's quite
I'm saying
fascinating to hear an atheist.
Again, it's the same consistency. You can change my mind on it.
No, I'm asking you because
If
you already
they-
believe it 100%. That's what I'm saying. Before,
I didn't say.
without evidence, you already believe in. Oh, hold on. So you're saying you're not 100% sure you're
I'm
conscious?
saying yes, I am conscious.
Okay.
I believe that I'm
No, but
conscious.
so you believe on
There
faith?
there is enough theories and everything that speaks to me, right?
Actually, there is no empirical evidence for it.
No, there are enough theories out there that speak to me, and I choose to believe
Okay,
it.
so which theory of
I
consciousness?
choose to believe it. Again, consciousness is something that we don't know much about. Then again, I cannot be certain about things.
Okay, so based on what you just told me,
Yes.
can I say that you actually believe it on faith?
No.
Because you believe it without evidence. So it can only be you believe it by faith.
There are things. There are some evidence out there. I'm sure.
What
but
evidence?
I haven't come.
There's no empirical evidence, that's for sure.
Empirical, no.
So what evidence is there then?
There is no empirical evidence.
So what kind of evidence do you rely on?
It makes sense to me. First of all, I use my art, right? And there is something that drives us, and I believe that's consciousness.
You know, you're talking like a religious person now. If you heard yourself, Wallah, I'm not kidding. If you heard yourself, go and rewind this.
Against religious people.
No.
I'm not
No, hear me out. You don't sound like an atheist when you said that. That's what I meant. You sounded like a person.
Sounded like atheist.
Sounded like atheist means when you said.
Sounded like, what does it mean?
What that means is that you believe it on faith. That's what I meant. As an atheist, without evidence, you believe in your consciousness 100%. Yes, you said.
When did I say that?
I asked you. Do you?
I'm saying change my mind. You can
No.
change my mind on it.
I asked you. Is there?
So I am open to the possibilities of change.
Ali, hold
on
on.
it.
I asked you. Is there anything you're certain about 100%? And then I asked you, do you believe in your consciousnness 100% that you are conscious?
As I know it now.
Yes. So
that
you're
leaves
100% sure, right?
That leaves the room to change in future.
In
if there is evidence.
Okay,
against
so
it,
in
of
future
course.
it's possible that you are not really a conscious being.
No, that doesn't. Maybe the concept we call conscious is something else. Why don't you see that?
Whoa. What do you mean?
So
what do you understand by conscious? Let's see that.
again,
Why are you feeling so frustrated? It's a simple, logical
you're
question.
asking me to be certain about things.
Yes.
And I've told you, you're certain, good for you. I'm not a certain person. That's me. Can we move forward from there?
So if you're not certain about your consciousness, it is possible.
Again,
Ali,
the
you
concept
cut me
of
off again.
No, because you're making a wrong point again.
Which point? Let me make the point at least. Let me finish the point.
Concept of consciousness.
Okay. I did not finish the point. You cut me off.
Okay.
The point I was making is this, that it is possible in your understanding that you don't even exist. Is that true?
Sure.
So I could just be talking to a hologram.
I'm saying I exist right
100% sure?
Right now, I exist.
Are you 100% sure?
Yes.
Good. 100% sure, yeah?
I am.
I'm asking again because
I'm
in the next
existing
sentence you'll
right
tell
now.
me there is possibility that I don't exist.
I am existing right now as I think it. Yes, I do exist.
And that's the reason I ask you, is there anything that you are 100% sure? That means, for example, if I told you
Again.
certain...
Where did we started this conversation? I think it would have been really, really effective if we formalized an objective for this conversation, because this has been really frustrating.
Okay, the objective...
The whole thing has become, you're a certain person, I'm not a certain person, but you want me to be a certain person.
No, the whole thing, the conversation started with the origin of the universe.
Yeah, but why is your argument dependent?
You asked me a
on
question,
being a certain
allow me to
person?
answer, please.
Yeah, but
You asked me a question, allow me to answer.
why is your argument?
If you keep cutting me off, then this is not a dialogue.
All right.
Okay? All I'm saying is that in order for you to have a conversation, yes, if every time you use I don't know as a punctuation, yes, if every time you say that I'm not certain about things, yes, that means in life, for example, even if I told you, is this three-sided object a triangle, you will say I'm not certain. So you need to understand about objective truth and subjective truth. To me, based on this conversation, it seems like for you everything is subjective. There can never be an objective thing out there. Have I analyzed it correctly?
Interesting. Okay. Again, what's the point of this discussion?
The point of this is
Why
that
is your argument dependent on me being the person you want me to be?
no.
Argument,
I don't want to change you.
No, because your argument doesn't seem to be objective.
Actually-
it's dependent on me being a certain person. Why?
No. Do you believe there is objective truth and subjective truth?
Again, you're changing topics.
I'm not
left, right,
changing
and center
topics.
now. Again, you trying to
It's
make
called a
an
logical,
you're
deductive
trying to make-
analysis,
You're
that's
trying
all.
to make an objective argument, but that's dependent on me being the person you want me to be. What kind of objectivity
Because
is
the
that?
argument...
No, you want me to be a certain
Ali,
person.
hold on. Do you believe there is anything that is objective truth?
Again, where did we started this conversation? If I give you another question, it's gonna keep on going.
No, it's
What's the point of
the
this
point of this is, if you are going to be a person who believes that everything is subjective, then that is a flawed understanding of reality.
Okay.
Okay? Do you know why?
Okay.
Do you know why?
Make your point on
But
that.
do you know why? The reason for that is because you will never believe anything in life. Shall I tell you why? Okay, imagine this. I'll give you a very simple analogy, which anyone and everyone should be able to understand. Imagine you are in a room, yes, and I ask you, how is the temperature in the room? And there is your friend, I don't know his name, what was his name? The guy with the red jacket? Jimmy? Okay, let's say Ali and Jimmy are in a room. And I ask them, what is the temperature in the room? Jimmy says, it's a bit chilly. You say, it's normal room temperature. Yes? Now, this is a subjective opinion from both of you.
Yes.
If I wanted to know the objective truth, is there a way?
Yeah, you can measure the temperature.
Fantastic.
There's evidence.
Absolutely.
But we were talking
Brilliant.
about the unknown thing.
Wait.
No, okay.
Hold on, let me finish the
This is
analogy.
what
My
frustrating-
friend.
That's what
My
is
friend, just
frustrating.
hold on, let me finish. Remember I asked you about, is there anything objective out there? And you were not sure?
Again.
You answered the question yourself, that I can or you can bring a thermometer and you can check the exact temperature of that room. So your subjective opinion and Jimmy's subjective opinion doesn't matter when you have the objective truth.
Yes.
So once again, do you believe in objective truth?
Again, that's a broad argument, man.
He just answered it yourself. Okay, anyway, you know, I think you really need to study a bit of philosophy, a bit of logic, and I'm not trying to put you down. In order to have these conversations,
But why is your argument dependent on what I think?
because the scientists agree with this objective truth.
Then make your argument.
I made, in
why is
order
it
for,
dependent on
my
what
friend,
I think
my
is right?
argument is very simple. The universe began to exist.
Okay.
In order for it to exist, it needs a cause. In order for this cause to be there, that cause must be uncaused. Yes? And it must be intelligent. It must
now,
be...
now things
You
can
are-
be uncaused.
What's that?
Now things can be uncaused.
What do you mean?
You just argue for every effect there's a cause, right?
No, I'm saying, I was explaining, but you cut me off again. I was going to tell you why that
Because you just
I was going to tell you why that first cause has to be uncaused. Because if you don't, then you will have an infinite regrets, and that will not. You will never exist. I will never exist. The universe will never exist.
so there can be
because of
uncaused things or entities, right?
there has to be a first cause in order.
No. Can there be? Now I'm speaking your language.
Go on.
I want you to be certain.
Yeah,
now.
go on.
Can there be uncaused entities or forces or anything uncaused?
There can. There,
No.
I'm
Yes
answering.
or no?
Hey,
That's your
wait, I
language.
never.
Certain. Yes.
Wait,
or no?
wait a minute.
That's how you.
I will answer the way
how
I
you
want.
speak.
You're getting now agitated, I think.
Because I am.
Why?
I really am.
Why?
Because you made all of your argument based on.
When did I
am.
ever say during the conversation you have to answer yes and no? When did I ever say
Because everything you made. Why
that?
am I certain?
I
about
asked you, is that objective truth? Is that subjective truth?
So why cannot you? Are you really?
But if you're unsure about everything, then everything is subjective. Nothing is ever objective with you. And Mr. Jimmy then.
We were talking about specifics. You jump through generalities and specifics like they.
What
they
generalities
know
and specifics?
Like we're talking about the concept of conscious, and then you apply the same concept on every single thing on the universe. How can you do
No,
that?
because we know what consciousness is. Do you know what is consciousness?
Again, you cannot apply the same argument on every.
Actually, you
single
can.
thing.
That's what science do. In order for you to understand something which is objective and subjective, in order for you to know at least you're conscious or not conscious, in order for something you to know there's a causality and an effect, you need to know the meaning of these terms, otherwise you can't have a conversation.
Can I summarize?
Go on, please.
Right? All of your so-called objective argument was based around what you think of me or what I should be. Why? Why do you want me to be a certain person for your argument to work?
No.
Your argument was supposed to be objective.
You know something, Ali? My argument, the same terminologies if I use with different people.
Why did it become about me then?
Well, you're taking it personally now.
Because you asked me all these personal questions.
Which personal question I asked you? Did I ask you about your marriage, about your wife, about your
personal in that
PIN
sense.
code, about your account number? Which personal
about
question
what
did I ask you?
think. Instead of making your own argument
You know,
independent
okay.
of me,
I think
wanted to
there seems to be a misunderstanding here. The reason I'm asking you is because I'm having the conversation with you.
yeah, but you're not making.
So I'm
your
not going to
point
go and ask
independent
Jimmy
of-
because he's talking to somebody else then.
The whole point of having a conversation that you can learn from
Yes.
is you present your point of view independent of me.
No, I have to talk to you.
No, that's argument. I'm not interested in argument.
No, it's a conversation in which. Okay,
That's very.
Ali, can I ask you something?
behavior.
In order for us to understand each other, do we need to know the meaning of the words that we're using?
You give me your words, and then I'll make what I make of them, and then I'll give you my rebuttal on that.
Yeah, but-
how is that not simple enough for you to understand?
I'll tell you why. Because if you're going to think everything is subjective, and you have done this throughout the conversation, you said even the term nothing is possible for it to exist.
Because
if
I'm not
nothing exists, then it's a
certain
something. It's not a nothing anymore. It is something.
I'm not
You need to
a
understand.
certain person.
Exactly.
Why
that's
can't you move forward there?
Okay, if you're going to,
How
if you,
hard is it?
no, it's very hard when you actually keep changing the meaning.
And then you say your argument's not dependent
If you're
on
not
me.
going to let me finish, and you're going to keep cutting me off every time.
There's something always exists or not? It is not-
No, he's saying there's a possibility in future that we can find nothing.
There might be.
Then that will be something.
Again, you're doing it right now.
What?
That's not what I said.
Do you believe in the resurrection? Do you believe in resurrection?
No, he's not a Christian. He's not a Christian. Don't worry.
No, I'm saying. Do you
Resurrection.
believe in resurrection? When you die, you come to life. You become
No, he doesn't believe in God. He's an atheist.
You were nothing. You created from a drink of water. You were nothing in the first place. You were created from nothing. You became a human. Why do you believe in when you die, you become another human being?
We have now
in your grave.
ex-Muslims believing
Yeah.
that it's possible that nothing, non-existence can make something.
No, they actually don't understand the meaning of nothing. Because he's saying it's possible in future. Right now we don't know, but in future it's possible that we might know nothing.
I saw you 2 weeks ago, didn't I?
Okay. So what I'm saying is that, look, we as Muslims, and were you a Muslim once? Yes? Okay. Alhamdulillah. At least, I mean, you had the opportunity to understand Islam.
And
Yes?
look for my own way.
Let me ask you this. You know, as Muslims, we believe in life after death. Yes? And we believe in Allah, and we believe in the angels. So we believe in a lot of things which are immaterial. Yes? Just like you believe in your consciousness, which is immaterial, and you believe in it, 100% certainty. That's debatable, I know, with you, because being subjective in everything, that's different. So what I'm saying is that, what if it's possible that when you die, yes, there really is Allah, and the consequences of your actions are real. It's going to be real. It's going to be manifesting in self-reality, and there really is a life after death. Yes.
Okay.
Who's taking the bigger risk? The person like yourself, yes, or a person like me? Imagine if the reality which you believe in. Sorry, if the
Pascal's wages.
yeah. So if you believe in that after you die you become dust and that's it. Yes. Who's taking the bigger risk? Someone who believes
I am.
in religion. Yes.
I am.
So what would happen if you take such a big risk, and then this eternal life is going to be the reality for you?
So that's a question I can answer from my point of view, right?
Yeah, please do. I was hoping you will answer from your point of view. No, nobody else's.
Right. I have actually thought about Pascal's wager, and I think Allah as a God is not worthy of worshipping. My worshipping. Good for you. Happy you keeping
I
it.
would like to know why, but carry on. Carry on.
For my worshipping is
Yeah.
not worth it, because there are standards that I fall short of that. Right?
Okay.
Any God, any human-made construct of God, they all fell short of that. This camera is this one. This camera is this one.
All right. Oh, she not allowed to come on camera? Okay, no problem. That's fine.
Sorry, where was I lost?
Yeah, you said Allah is not worthy of.
It's not, by my standard, it's not worthy.
Yeah.
Because for me, God, He could have done such a better
Talking about
job
Pascal's
if there was a
wager,
God.
Yeah.
you find out that there is a God,
Yeah.
and you'd say,
I'll be
according to my
happy.
opinion,
No, he already agreed that he's taking the bigger risk.
I'm taking the
that's
beginning.
what I'm saying. So you will say then to God, I didn't consider you to be worthy of worship.
Yes.
So I'm happy to be.
Go for it, burn me.
Go for it, burn
It's
me.
fine. Go for it, burn me. Do your worst. Because you've done it to millions and millions of people before on earth, when children are dying in the cancer in the.
But I thought you don't believe in God. I thought you don't believe in God.
You asked me if there is a God.
Yes.
Then I will answer it.
But if-
on principle, I don't believe in you because you weren't worthy.
No, but hold on.
Because you were cruel to children.
Cruel to children.
Yes.
How?
Because children die in pain, man. Children die of hunger, of thirst. There's no clean water to drink.
What does Islam say about?
I don't care.
What does Islam say about feeding the poor and the hungry?
For me, I can say you weren't worthy because innocent children who haven't committed any sin that you described what was their fucking fault? Why did they die?
Can we not use expletives?
No,
Okay. Because there are children who might be watching this as well.
So it's my.
to the cameras and people will
I
watch
was
it.
asked my point of view, and I'm giving my point of view honestly.
So you're saying,
when I'm honest, it's gonna come out.
well, that's. Are you 100% sure you're honest?
So basically, your honesty means you use vulgar words.
It's,
No.
for
It's
me,
okay. He
it's
said
not
sorry. He
vulgar.
said sorry.
For me,
So
it's
let's
not
give him. You said sorry for that. That's fine. No problem.
I decide
Okay.
my own vulgarity.
Ali.
I decide my
Oh,
own
really?
vulgar-
Just 1 second. You decide your own vulgarity.
Yes, for me, the word.
No, not this
beat
word.
me,
No.
please.
When you say you decide your own vulgarity, which words are vulgar or not, so basically you can go to your workplace and you tell your manager, she's a woman,
Yes.
and all this.
Again.
Wait, let me finish. Something that every feminist will say, this is totally against women and so on. They'll say, I decide my own words, what I say. You go to Israel, for example, and you say, I decide what I say. You people this, and you commit all this anti-Semitism, and you'll be saying, yeah, that's me. I decide my own vulgarity.
What kind of person do you think I am?
You
What
deciding-
kind of person do you think I am? Really? You
Shall I-
think
shall I
I'm gonna
tell
be
you?
offensive
Shall I
for the
tell you?
purpose of being offensive?
I have no idea.
Exactly. Then why are you assuming the worst of me?
But what I'm
I
saying
can
is,
decide what's good and it perfectly aligns with everybody else, but that's me deciding.
I'm surprised
I
all of a
decide-
sudden, as an atheist, you start talking about morality. Why-
Again, can we not?
Why not?
into that?
I never talk about morality with you. What do you mean again?
No, because.
Oh, you had it with somebody else. I see. So somebody must have.
Okay.
Something must be.
anyway, just to
Okay.
forget
No,
all this
you
thing.
assuming the worst of me.
I am not
then
assuming
I'm gonna
the
do
worst.
the worst.
I am not.
I am a good enough person. I
am
believe
saying
to choose
the
the good
basic
things.
principle that you just elucidated, that
Yes.
I decide my own vulgarity. Isn't that what you said?
What's vulgar for me? Yes, I
Yes.
decide that.
So
And the
now-
word fucking is not vulgar.
No, I didn't say about this
Let's
word
not use
only.
it. You know it is
I
not.
didn't say this word only. The moment you take that position, you decide
Yes.
what is offensive to others. That's what it means, vulgarity. You decide, hang on, hear me out. Do you decide what is offensive to others?
No,
Who decides?
they decide for themselves because I'm deciding for
Right.
myself.
So if people decide use of this language
Yes.
is offensive,
Okay.
are you going to accept them?
Good for you, but you don't get to tell me that.
You're not really being very consistent.
I am.
You said
Perfectly.
Listen.
I'm not gonna tell you.
May I make my point first?
It's
You
my
said-
turn. You've been
No, no,
speaking for a while now.
I want
Listen
to just
to me.
make the
Listen,
point very
just
quickly.
2 minutes.
Fine.
Listen to me.
Go ahead.
Okay? You believe in God and Allah and afterlife. innit? If I say it's offensive, are you gonna censor yourself? If I say women in hijab in street, that's offensive to me. Are you gonna tell women not to wear hijab?
How is it
Are you
offensive?
gonna do it or
I
not?
want to know in terms of who decides offensive and based on what?
That's why I asked for morality.
Again, you just used an argument that what other people find offensive, based on what I think for myself, I should censor myself because of other people.
No, I'm simply
turning the
asking you,
same wheel on you.
What is the basis of making something
Are you saying that you
offensive?
have the right to
I'm
offend?
choosing
Choosing based on
for
what?
myself.
Ali, are you saying that you have the right to offend?
Offense isn't given, is taken.
No.
I can.
No.
be
You have the right
perfectly
to offend
honest.
means do you have deliberately going to offend someone? Do you have the right?
Yeah, as long as it doesn't.
So you have right to offend an Israeli Jew by calling them lots of things, right? Going to their country and being anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitic. What do you mean by that?
What
And-
they
and-
mean by that? What they mean?
No, you
They have
tell
de-
me.
they have
You
defined-
brought it up.
No.
You tell me.
They have defined a specific criteria what means anti-Semitic, right?
What is
Would-
that?
You don't know?
No. Do
Right.
you understand?
No.
it?
Remember you
you're
said-
bringing it up. Do you
I am-
remember 2 hours
I am
before?
going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. You said you are a Taliban student. This is your homework. You can go and find out.
Again, can you?
Let me
not-
finish.
No,
Let
no.
me finish.
Don't be
Let me
condescending.
finish.
Do not be
Let me finish.
condescending.
No, you said you are a student.
No. Do not be
Let's
condescending.
calm down,
finish.
guys. Let's
Allow
calm
me to
down.
finish.
No, do not be
Allow me to
condescending.
finish.
Was he condescending or
Allow
not?
me to finish.
He's telling you what's
What's your homework?
I am surprised.
Yeah, he's telling
Is
you.
that
No, but
condescending?
you're asking a question about anti-Semitism in a way as if you don't know what it is.
Do not be condescending.
You said
I asked
you
him
are
that.
a
He said yes.
student willing to learn. I'm simply directing you. You can do that at home later. That is what I mean. No offense intended. Don't take that into offense. Secondly, once you know what anti-Semitism is defined by the Israeli lobby, for example, do you think you have the right to go and use what they think is anti-Semitic against them and just be anti-Semitic according to their criteria?
Right to offend.
Do you have the right to offend?
Yes.
Yeah. Would you do that in Israel?
Yeah.
Good luck to you. Anyway, so now
What's your point?
my point is.
His point is you'll be
now-
locked up if you do that.
No.
Yeah, I don't have to agree with their laws.
No,
I
but
really
whether
don't.
you agree or not, you'll still be locked up.
Yes, but
So
that's wrong.
your
That
agreement
doesn't
is
mean-
pointless.
But that's wrong.
What makes that wrong?
What do you mean?
Yeah, what does it
because
make-
it's
Okay,
infringing
I think we
on
should
my
come back to the
freedom
conversation
So now
about.
you're
of-
saying.
my freedom of speech.
So you're saying what is right and wrong depends on what you consider to be infringement of your.
In language, yes. For what I language choose for myself is my decision. You don't get to tell me I don't use
So
the word
right and
fucking
wrong
because you
ri-
don't like it.
So right and wrong comes from you in a particular way that you
For
feel.
myself, yes.
Yeah. So for example, if you feel that it's wrong to speak to you, it's wrong, right? Everyone should consider it's wrong to speak to you.
No, for them.
No.
No.
For you.
No, you're making this mistake because that's religious mentality where you try
Religious
to.
mentality?
Yes,
Here comes
where
the
you
condescending now.
try to impose. I can't because you started it.
So
Where
two
you
wrongs make a
try
right.
to impose. No, I'm just giving it back as good as I get.
Oh, you got
Where
it quite
you-
good actually.
Where you try to impose your mentality on others.
I'm not
gonna do
imposing.
that. No,
I'm simply
you are-
asking.
I'm saying what I'm choosing for myself is for me. I'm not telling you that's true. I'm
Can you do
saying
that in
that's-
any society?
That's for me.
In today's society,
It's-
in any society, can you
It's
do?
so hard to believe.
Okay, let me
for
ask you a simple question.
Really?
Simple question. Can you decide what is right and wrong in any society yourself? You individually.
No.
So you live in a world that doesn't really exist in your
What do you
reality. Because you're saying there is no society in planet Earth which will agree with you about what is right and wrong.
Yeah, we don't have to be. Disagreement is good. It's beautiful.
I don't
It's
understand
good.
what you're
Try
saying.
it.
You said, I decide what is right and wrong.
For
But
me.
For you, yes.
Yes.
But you live in
Finish that.
societies which doesn't care about you.
But they align. When I choose something for myself and then 100 other people choose that for themselves, that aligns and then you create a community based on that. How is that so
So
hard to-
you're saying if a majority agrees on something that's good?
No,
So based on what then?
no, it's
I don't understand your
still
point then.
subject to change. Why? Really?
No,
guys?
I'm not asking about subject to change. I'm asking you that if the majority agree on certain thing, whether moral or immoral,
How do you know something is
do
right
you
or
weigh it
wrong?
up or not? Do you weigh up the differences
Based on
on
what?
moral and immoral?
Based on what is right and wrong?
I choose it for myself, yeah.
Yeah, based on
think.
what?
So
If
you
it's causing happiness, pain, suffering, all of these
Right.
reasons.
So if now all of the people think that, okay, we are going to lock up all the white people in prison because that's how it makes us happy, it's okay, right?
No. That's
You just-
causing suffering. You compare that. Why
Listen,
don't you
listen,
see
listen.
that?
Okay, let me ask you again.
Really? No. Did you really make that
I
point?
misunderstood.
Do you
I misunderstood
understand
you,
the
so I'm going to ask you again.
okay? So if there's no suffering,
What
then it's okay.
makes something right or wrong?
Why didn't you pick a number? Join the queue.
Maximizing happiness and minimizing suffering and everything.
Maximizing happiness of who?
Collective.
Collective. So if collectively people decide, now I'm going to use another example. Collective people decide, any French people come here, with no offense to the French people.
Causing suffering to
Listen,
human beings.
listen.
No, you do not get
You are
the
not
basic.
allowing me to. If people collectively decide to have incest, would you say it's okay?
And they're happy.
And they're
All of
happy
them.
with it?
No suffering. And they use condoms.
Cause suffering.
Yeah, they use condoms.
Yes. I won't have any problem with that.
It'd be okay. So you'd be happy with sleeping with your mother or your father, or your
Dude,
brother, or
first
your
of all,
sister. Yeah?
first of all, I'm gonna tell you this now.
Yeah, tell me. I'm not dude, my name is Mansoor.
Calm down. Right. You asked me if people decided to do that.
Collectively,
would you be
including
okay?
you?
Including me. That wasn't the part.
Now I'm
Was
including
that
you.
part of the question?
But would you be happy with that?
No. It's Maghrib time. Do not lie. Was that part of
Are
the
you going to pray
question?
Maghrib? So why are you worried about the time?
Was that part of the question?
Actually, he said.
Are you?
Hold on, I'm answering. He said in a society, yes, if everyone agrees, because your earlier criteria was.
No. Did he?
Well, I'm
say
answering. You're doing it again.
including me?
Okay, don't ask me if you're going to cut me off.
Did he say including me? Did you say
When we
including
say
me before?
collectively,
Exactly.
Yes.
that did
Well,
not exclude
exactly.
you. Because
If-
the question was,
Let me answer. Let me be clear though.
what are you trying to answer? You
Let me-
already said it's okay.
Yeah.
Yes, now let me explain.
Yeah, so you're okay to sleep with your mother, your father, your
No,
brother,
you
your sister.
idiot.
And now you're getting
idiot.
Why
now you're getting
you
personal.
calling me idiot?
Because you're not listening to me and then you come
You were not listening to me earlier. You kept cutting me off.
Said,
Yes,
it's okay.
then fucking listen to me.
Okay, I think we should stop here, Mansoor, because he's doing it deliberately now
You're being
to
triggered
provoke.
for some reason.
No,
you're not
listen to
able
me.
to handle this. You
No,
know what?
listen to me.
In your heart, you know it's wrong.
Yes, for me. For me, I choose not to do it. If other people choose, given they're not causing any
He's okay with
suffering,
that.
I'm nobody to tell them that's wrong.
But you don't do it yourself.
No, I won't do it for myself.
Why not?
Because I think it's wrong.
Why is it wrong?
Because my relationship with my sisters and my mother is different.
Remember, you said
I'm fucking.
the whole idea of right and wrong is
Okay,
based
I
on
think-
maximum happiness. If your mother or your brother, your father, whatever, considers happy,
You know, I think you're saying you don't have to partake in it. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay, so, but you
Exactly.
still think that's moral, right?
I'm saying I won't have any.
No, I'm
problem
asking
with
you.
that.
Do you still think it's moral?
I'm saying I won't have any problem.
Ali, I'm
with
not
that.
saying for you to
I'm
partake in
saying
it. Hear me
I
out.
can be neutral
Hold on.
and not have any
Hold
problem
on.
with that.
I'm not saying you have to partake in it. All I'm asking is, if you agree with it, does it mean that you think
I'm
it's moral
saying-
or immoral?
Look, it's simple.
Okay,
as
okay,
that.
okay.
Simple as
okay,
that.
I think he considers it immoral.
I take
That's
that.
why he won't partake in it.
What if your brother or your siblings, they were doing that? Would you be okay with that?
They choose for themselves.
Yeah. If your brother wants to sleep with your mom or your dad, would you be okay with that? Not you.
If it's not causing any further suffering,
Yeah, no, condoms, my friend.
I have no problem with it.
Okay, thank you very much. Continue.
You think you've made a point?
No,
No,
he's
I'm not making a point.
he
I
said-
just simply wanted to know on this issue, and that's it. You continue.
Really?
and that's
Yeah,
the
it.
reason. I think
No further questions.
so the whole point that Mansoor was trying to make here is that your concept of morality and immorality is
No, I'm saying.
You didn't even let me finish. You're doing it all the
Because
time.
you guys-
Shall I call you an idiot now?
Look at-
Ali, shall I call you idiot because you didn't let me finish?
No.
Why?
Why? Because you've been doing it all day.
What?
Look at yourself.
And you didn't call me idiot once. Why?
Because you
Okay.
didn't misconstrue my word into bringing my family into
So
it.
why don't you?
Because
oh,
that
that was the
guy-
reason you were angry.
Yes.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I think you
And
should
I'm
apologize.
perfectly fine to do that. I'm
Okay.
perfectly. I'm
I don't think
standing
he meant it like that. He gave it as an analogy.
Yes, but he didn't
I
listen.
personally don't use people within
Do
the
you
analogy
think it was
because
right or
yes.
wrong?
What I'm saying is that first I want to know whether you consider that act of incest as moral or immoral. Let's start with that. Because
I don't have a position on it.
you hold on. You said you were okay with it. So you do have a position
If
with
they
it.
choose for themselves.
Of course, I never said you should partake. I'm saying, do you consider that act of other people committing incest as moral or immoral?
Okay. Now, once and for all, this is simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do it myself.
I never said you should.
I think it's wrong for me. But
No,
when
why did you use the
other
term wrong? Is it moral or immoral?
Because I choose it for myself.
No, I'm saying, is that...
Because
oh my
it's
God.
wrong for me.
Ali, you are not even in the equation. I'm saying other people, when they do
If
it,
it's not causing any suffering, yeah, I have no problem.
what
with
is it? Is it moral?
that. I have no problem with that.
I know, but is it
I
moral?
have no problem with that.
See, he's avoiding this because he knows it's immoral. He knows it, but he just doesn't have the guts to say it. Poor guy. Poor guy.
Because I don't
You know why?
define-
You know why? This is...
I don't get to define
That's when you
other
go to
people's
Israel,
morality.
you will have no guts to be anti-Semitic.
I have no problem
Okay.
to define.
I think,
no position
I
to
think,
define
look,
other people's
if you don't even understand difference between moral and immoral, and you're going to say it is wrong,
I'm
when
not
you
going
say
to
something is wrong, then that's immoral already. So you're just using semantics now in order for you to look good in front of the camera, maybe for other atheists, because at the end of the day, I know for certain, atheists do not have a grounding in moral and immorality.
I do
That's why you're in this predicament now.
I really do not care.
Of course you wouldn't care about immorality because you're an atheist.
Yes.
That's what I've been telling you all along. Thank you for agreeing finally.
I don't care,
Good.
care about your concept of it.
Oh, you have a different concept of immorality?
I choose for myself.
What is that? What is that? What is your concept of immorality? You see, this is what happens. They will never acknowledge, at least acknowledge, my
Fucking
friend.
hell, I was here for 2 hours. I answered.
So was
everything
I.
you
So
throw
was I.
Yeah, but
And I didn't force you to stand
really,
here. You
now,
could have walked away
when
anytime.
I asked you to stop, end it now.
Oh, you know-
oh, look, he's running away. He's atheist.
When did I say that? Now he's lying as well.
Come on, it's on.
You know, when you lose an argument, at least be humble enough to say, okay, Hashim, I've had enough. I've heard you. I'm going to go home and think about it. Instead of saying, did I ever say you're running away?
You said, see, now you don't have any point anymore.
So I didn't say you're running away, did I?
You implied.
When did I imply that?
Now you implied.
Okay, and you know what? Let's leave it there. Because
Let's
I think
leave it
you're
there.
frustrated. Yes?
Because you guys have been
What is
frustrated.
triggered? He's triggered.
Okay. Why would you stand and talk to someone if you're frustrating for 2 hours? You must be a real idiot if you did that. And you know why? You know why I normally don't call people idiot? But because you called my brother Mansoor idiot for no reason,
he was
for
an
no
idiot.
reason,
He was
yes,
an idiot
that
in
is the
that.
reason. But anyway, look,
He was an
look,
idiot in that case.
all I'm saying is that be sincere with yourself. When you see when you see certain things which are obvious, like there is nothing, never was, never will be, yes, try to acknowledge it. Instead of trying to make yourself look foolish in a way, yes, foolish, yes, by saying that one day we'll know, come to see nothing or know nothing.
Non-existence.
Yes,
existence.
trust me, go and ask any professor in a university or
I
anywhere.
never said that. Are you guys?
It's on
really
camera, my friend.
that?
You cannot deny it.
No, I said it might happen.
See what I mean?
Are
Exactly.
you guys? Really
All right, let's leave it there. Let's leave it
Leave
there.
your imagination. Leave your, yeah, be open.
Actually,
One day you might become a toad or a potato. It's possible. It's possible. You can become a cauliflower. It's possible. One day.
yeah, maybe you don't even exist. Okay, anyway, thanks for your time, Ali, for your 2 hours. I hope we can do it more amicably next time. Okay, anyway, so Jazakallah khairan for listening. I mean, I didn't want it to wind down in that way, in a way which I prefer it to end in a more amicable way, so next time we can probably, but when it comes to being stubborn, arrogant, and actually in denial of the most basic things, whether there is objective truth, subjective truth, which even the most staunch atheists will agree with, yes? Even those people, this guy here is trying to be clever, that if I stand on the fence, yes, I can get away with anything and everything. No, you can't. Because you look entirely and utterly foolish if you start denying reality, if you start denying your own consciousness. Then all these faculties that you have, the very faculties that you have been using to question us and to respond to us and to use refutations and rebuttals, you deny that very thing. In chapter 41, verse 53, Allah clearly says that we will show you your signs in the horizons and within yourself. And this is what these people are denying actually. They will even deny that. So when the clearest signs are shown to them, they will deny it. And he says on the day of judgment, he said it himself, on the day of judgment I will tell Allah, why you cause these people to suffer. Yes, you're not worth your worshipping. Na'udhu billah. If his mouth will be sealed on that day. Yes, his hands, his limbs will speak that day. Yes, the very limbs that he used in this world to commit whatever sins he has done, and that goes for everyone, yes, will bear witness on the day of judgment. When the reality comes, there's no way he will have the guts to even stand in front of Allah straight, yes, with confidence, let alone say that you cause all this suffering and so on. Okay, anyway, look, the important thing is that when people say that suffering is a reason that I don't believe in God, they do not understand, yes, that this suffering can be a test. It is a test for the believers. There are many Muslims who suffer. There are many Muslim children who suffer. There are non-Muslims who suffer. We don't deny this. When the tsunami comes, it doesn't check for Muslims and non-Muslims. Indonesia is a majority Muslim country. Why did they have tsunami over there? This is because it is a test. The people who live there, yes, they bore it with patience. And even today, they pray to Allah. They haven't given up believing in Allah after such a calamity. This is the beauty of a believer, that when a calamity falls upon you, you bear it with patience and you say Alhamdulillah. When some goodness comes to you, when you are having some good things or some reward in your life, yes, when some good news comes to you, you say Alhamdulillah that time as well. That is the beauty of the Muslims and the believers. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khairan. These, yeah, sure. Yeah, that's.
Few things to notice in here. There are people who have, of course, they've made themselves not to believe in Islam or believe in nothing whatsoever. But the problem that we notice is this mentality of superiority complex. The complex of the ego. They think they fare better, they know better, but they somehow think that nothing makes sense to them. So even if you argue with them rationally and logically and reasonably, it doesn't click because they've already made up their mind. So when I was asking earlier on, what would convince you as a compelling evidence, as an evidence that will be satisfactory and convincing that yes, God exists? And the example they provided, and I asked them, okay, suppose this is given, would you 100% agree that's God? They said no. They don't even know what they're asking
Exactly.
for. That's
What they're
the
looking
problem.
for. No criteria, nothing.
Yeah, that's the problem. And then they end up questioning and fighting for what they've left. Remember, these people, they haven't just left the believe in a God or believe in Islam. They're trying constantly in a struggle to fight it. They have formed groups and organizations. They come with a group and organization, one helping each other. Like
Ex-Muslim,
you can click
yes.
it, whatever, yeah. And they're on this mission, as if they have the higher upper ground. But once you really scrutinize their belief system, Hashim was pointing to simply about
Nothing.
right and wrong and morality, right? What makes something good or bad, right and wrong. And as you realize, when you grill them, on the surface, it's okay. Homosexuality is okay, bestiality is okay, incest is okay, this is okay, that is okay, right? When you bring their own self into the picture, their own family, you saw the reaction. You saw it yourself. Wind back the video that you're watching and look at the reaction. Zoom in the picture if you're able to, you will see. Because deep in their heart, they know it's immoral. They know it's wrong. They know it's disgusting. They know it's not acceptable. But because they don't have any basis of right and wrong, if you don't talk about their family or themselves, they'll say it's okay, as long as people are happy. So my brother here just hinted to me to talk about the issues about own siblings. You saw the reaction too. So that's what we are saying. People, when they lose their belief in God, what happens? They have no objective standards to assess, to even debate, argue on the concept of right, wrong, good or bad, or even morality, because everything is to them subjective. I ask constantly, what makes things right for you, or whatever I decide. But as you realize, that itself is not being consistent. But the main argument we were talking about being consistent with God. Surprisingly, these two individuals that we spoke to today, they believe in a possibility that yes, one day we will come to this realization that nothingness can make something, that non-existence can bring about existence.
Or they'll see nothing one day.
I mean, this is really, really mind-boggling, people. It tells volumes. You know why? Because the alternative option is really challenging for them. Because if nothingness cannot exist and bring about something, the only option left is there's always something. That universe cannot be that, because it is not a personal agent. It doesn't have a will to bring about change. So you will be left with the concept of a personal agent with will and wisdom and power to bring about this reality. That is the picture of a creator, which they have been running away from. Yes. That is why this constant struggle. And that is why they know in their heart this will haunt them. It will haunt them in their dreams. They will have nightmares. But that's their choice. If they want to go against God and it's clear evidence for its existence. We don't have to prove God exists. The evidence is all manifest clearly. You need to have the eyes here and here. Because it is not that your eyes are blind, it's your heart that is blind. Thank you.
Okay, so inshallah, before we finish, just want to say that we are in the last 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. These are very blessed days. The best days, as in the hadith has been described, is the best days during of the year. You know, alhamdulillah, some say even like more than the days in Ramadan. So anyway, alhamdulillah, it's blessed days. So please try to increase in your ibadah, in your dhikr, in your tilawah, the reading of the Quran, praising Allah, saying salawat on the Prophet ﷺ, and fasting if you can, inshallah. And try to fast, everyone, if possible, on the Yawm al-Arafah, the day of Arafah. And this, the fasting, as it says in the Quran, it expiates your sins of the past year and the year to come. So inshallah, there's great reward in it. Try your best, and inshallah, make dua for all of us, that Allah make it easy upon the whole of the ummah, in fact, that this pandemic that we are experiencing, it's something that it's something which is a test upon us. So please, Allah, do not test us more. Yes, make it easy upon those who are suffering from it, and give the status of martyrs or of shaheed to those people who are passed away from it. And please keep us all in your du'as. Jazakallahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.